I'm Jamie from Kinetic Balance Fitness, bringing you a 30-minute body weight only power burst endurance cardio workout. So today I have for you a power burst portion, which is 20 on, 10 off through 4 exercises, bringing that heart rate up quick and then hitting an endurance portion. So it's going to be 2 different groups. We start with one group, 4 exercises, each exercise 30 seconds, going straight through all 4 with a 30-second breather, and we do that 2 times. And then we go back to that power burst before we start back into our next round. Now I'm starting with a warm-up here, so bringing that heart rate up slowly, and you're gonna hear a tone in 8 seconds, and we're gonna go to a walk-in place with the goal, heart, longevity, and balance. So feet hip width apart, second toe pointed straight ahead. We pump opposite arm, opposite leg. Now pay attention to our body position here. I'm gonna cue it a lot throughout our workout, okay? We wanna be tall and long through the crown of the head. So that means we pull that chin back like we're standing up as tall as we can against a wall, ears stacked over shoulders, over hips. We're pumping and we're breathing. Throughout this entire workout, I will be providing no and low impact modifications. No matter where you are on your health and fitness journey or how you're feeling today, this is your workout and we're gonna make it count. In 2, we're going to a jog in place, so bringing that heart rate up a little. If you're not jumping today, you're going to a high knee march. So bringing those knees up, pushing those feet through the ground, still warming up the feet and the ankles. As we get more dynamic here, I want you to tune into that light draw in on the belly button. And again, we want to stay tall and long, and we want to be breathing, trying to regulate in through the nose, out through the nose ideally, but that's going to get harder to do as we bring that heart rate up. We're down to 8 seconds, and we're going to go to X-Jacks. Each exercise in this warm-up you will see later on. So feet hip width apart, we're gonna tap opposite toes like we're standing in an X. So tapping opposite corners of those X's, and we can go quicker, or we can take that jump away entirely and tap the corners of that X with each foot. So tapping, squeezing the glutes, pumping the arms. The more body parts we're moving and the more purposeful we are in those movements, the higher the heart rate is going to climb, the more we get out of this workout. And remember, it's about meeting yourself where you are today, whether you're brand new or you've been sick and you're coming back after a while, or you're a rock star and you've been consistent throughout. 3 seconds, we're gonna go to our first dynamic stretch. Feet wide, toes pointed straight ahead. We're gonna go to a lateral lunge, stacking those toes, knees, and hips, and then we pivot, reach across the body, squeeze the glutes under. So we're staying on the same side. We stack in that lateral lunge, pivot, squeeze the bum, push the shoulder down away from those ears. Nice big stretch to the outside of the armpit and that hip. If you're new to exercise, you can simply shift and squeeze, and then pivot and squeeze. All right, and as you get more comfortable with that lateral lunge, you can shift a little bit deeper and squeeze that bum. So we're getting that stretch along the inside of the thigh, but recognizing that lateral lunges are not easy to do. They take a lot of balance, a lot of knee stability and strength. So build up to it, listening to your body. 3 seconds, we're gonna switch sides. Same thing, opposite side. Again, we can sit down into that lunge, pivot and squeeze. All right, or we can go into a light, or just shifting that body weight in a light bend, squeezing. We can still get a nice stretch along the inside of that thigh. I'm going to show you from a different angle. You can see my chest stays up tall, and as I pivot, my feet are hip width apart. You can see my shoulder stays down and back. I don't want it squeezing up. I want it nice and wide so we get a stretch through the outside of that armpit. This is our second dynamic stretch, opening up the hips through the inside of the thighs, through the inside of that groin, through the front of the hip, and even starting to warm up the shoulder muscles as we reach long and away from our body. 5 seconds, and we're gonna go to twist jumps or a squat with a twist. So I'm gonna have my feet hip width apart. It's gonna face in the opposite direction with my elbows going in the opposite way. And then I'm gonna twist back and forth. Now I've been doing this for a while, so it makes it look easier to get into rhythm. If you're not jumping, you simply go into a lighter quarter squat, opposite elbow, opposite knee, crunching down. Now, only squatting as deep as what is comfortable. Again, this should be pain-free. We should be tall, and we're crunching light as we go elbow to knee. Bringing your heart rate up either way. Feet should stay hip width apart. Second toe pointed straight ahead. We're just bringing our heart rate up again before our next dynamic stretch. Alternating hamstring stretches. One foot flat on the floor, other toes tapping. We reach opposite hand to opposite knee, shin, or toe. Big squeeze on the glutes to stand up. Now I sit my hips back. I don't want to round. It's not about reaching as far down as you can. We're actually sitting the hips back, keeping our back nice and neutral. And to stand up, we're squeezing our bum, activating those glutes. Our hamstrings have a propensity to overwork our glutes, and this can lead to patterns and ultimately pain. So we find healthy ways to stretch, lengthen the hamstrings, and that's what my goal is. I try to improve our movement with careful selection of exercises and paying attention to our body alignment. 5 seconds, we have our last dynamic stretch, a squat to a calf stretch. So feet hip width apart, we're gonna sit down into a squat. We step 1 foot forward and we push that back heel through the ground. So the toes stay on the floor. As we step forward, we feel a stretch through the back of the ankle or calf. You can do this facing a wall if you choose. And remember, that squat is yours. Wherever you are in your journey, only as deep as you can go, you will build depth and challenge your body with time. Okay, this is meant to be your workout. It's your time for yourself. This is our last dynamic stretch, warming up the legs, stretching the calves, improving ankle mobility. We're down to 15 seconds, and we're gonna go to jumping jacks with a jab cross. Only 30 minutes today, guys, and we're gonna crush that workout. So jumping jacks, feet and arms out and in, and then we step 1 foot forward, we punch with one arm and the opposite arm. So jumping jacks, step forward, opposite leg, punch, punch. Without the jumping, it simply looks like this. Soft knees, all right, squeezing the glutes. We should feel those shoulder blades rotating as we reach overhead. So we're not short and we're not floppy. We're strong, right? And as we punch, the thumbs are outside of the fists. Our wrists are nice and stiff and we're breathing. Right? Light kickboxing. I like to use it as a way to break up the lower body and bring the upper body into our workout. 2 seconds. Keep your feet moving on these rests. We got 30-second breather while I explain. 20-10, 4 exercises. First exercise is a rocket squat. Feet hip width apart. We count down 3, 2, 1, and we lift off, jumping through the floor. Remembering our modification would be a slow countdown as deep as we can go. That is pain-free, and then coming up to those toes. All right, are you ready to come with me? 20 seconds, 3, 2, 1, take off. Now your arms can go in whatever direction you want. They can reach overhead or they can go behind you. More important, we drive through that floor, whether it's a calf raise or that jump. Down to 3 seconds. Yes. Jumping jack, jab cross coming up next. Taking that breather for 5 more seconds. Just like that warm up, 2 out and in. And then that punch. Opposite both arms. 1, 2. We pivot from the feet through the hips, engaging all the way through that core. Try to stay long and tall through the crown of that head. As we guard, we tend to want to pull forward. I want you tall and strong. Beautiful. Going to long jumps, producing power. Feet hip width apart. We're going to start with the arms overhead. Swing down and back and jump forward. Soft knees on the landing, keeping them in line with those toes. Now, easier would be a small hop, landing heel toe, focusing on knees, or a long step forward, stabilizing for no impact, right? Long step, stabilize. Final exercise of this cardio burst. Squat side shuffles with rotating uppercuts. Sitting down, we shuffle, pivot, and punch up. So shuffle, pivot, punch up. Showing from a different angle, pivot, punch up. All right. Yes. So coming up underneath somebody's chin, we stay tall and long. 3 seconds. Heart rate should be higher. We keep those feet moving. 30-second breather. 4 exercises straight through. We have X jacks, tapping those opposite corners of the X's. Mountain climbers. In a plank position, we drive those knees up. Then we have twist jumps, and we finish with skaters. Stepping, landing, stabilizing on opposite foot. 3 seconds, X jacks to start. I'm right here to remind you. Feet hip width apart. We pop those feet out wide at an angle, tapping those opposite corners. If we're not jumping, we're tapping and squeezing. We pump the arms. We stay tall and proud through that chest. Already halfway through. There's no rest in between these exercises. So pace yourself. 5 seconds. We're switching to mountain climbers. In that plank position. Shoulders over the hands. We drive the knee up and switch. We punch the hands through the floor. We're tall and long through the crown of that head. If you have any back pain in this position, you come up on an incline. The higher the incline, the less pain you should experience. You can take that pop out of it so you're not running. You're switching and marching up. Keeping good form, squeezing the glutes. We have twist jumps right from the warm-up. Feet hip width, opposite sides. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. If we're not jumping, we're squatting, sitting the hips down, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Chest stays tall, we're not crunching, right? We bring the knee and the elbow up together towards each other. We're tall and long. 7 seconds, finishing with skaters. We'll be through one time. All right, step, hop, jump towards our inside leg, balancing. We only have to step or jump as far as we're comfortable. We stabilize the arch of the foot, squeezing the glutes to catch and balance. Toes stay pointed, straight ahead. Soft knees on that landing. 6 seconds. You have a 30-second breather coming. You've got this. Yes, quick breather, quick drink. We don't stop moving those feet, right? We don't want that heart rate to recover entirely, but enough that we can then keep pushing, all right? You know those 4 exercises. We have it one more time through. 2 minutes straight through, building endurance, right? Building better oxygen delivery, making our heart stronger. 3 X jacks. Here we go. And when we're having that difficulty breathing, it's in through the nose. And regulate. You can try to go out through the nose as well. Over halfway, guys. Soft knees. Don't forget that modification. And if you want to up the ante on the modification, you can tap each side and then do a couple of jumping ones. And then tap. All right, mountain climbers. You've got it. Hands down on the ground, punching the hands through the floor. Long and tall. Gentle pulling on the belly button, driving those knees. Use that incline as needed and breathe while you're down here. It is inherently challenging. 10 seconds. This mountain is a climb. that you need to do for longevity. 3 twist jumps. Yes, side to side. That squat, opposite elbow, opposite knee, or those twist jumps, with or without jumping. You make the workout how it fits your body today. Listen and tune in. What do you need? Do you need a workout that gets you moving? Or are you ready to push your boundaries? Only you can decide. 6 seconds. Pick up the pace if you have it. We're going to skaters. Side to side. Yes. Balancing. Step, hop, jump. Trying to catch in that balance. Feel those hips engage. Using those arms to drive that distance. The farther you go, the harder it's going to be. Only expand that distance as you feel comfortable on your ankle, knee, and hip stability and support. 3 seconds. Yes, moving the feet. Now, important, take a breather here. In through the nose. Slow out through the nose. We have those 4 exercises. That power burst. Rocket squats, right? Feeling it? We're gonna feel that challenge. Jumping jacks, jab cross, all right? We've got it. Here we go, rocket squats. Feet hip width, 3, 2, 1. Driving that floor away, either into a calf raise or jumping. Soft knees on the landing. Feel support through the foot. Squeeze the knees in line with those toes. I don't want them wide. I don't want them in. Yes. It's going to get harder here. We want to bring that heart rate up. Jumping jacks, jab cross. Are you ready? Punch it out. Don't forget that no or low impact modification with the step. Staying tall and long. You hear me breathing, that exhale, that punch. Helps me produce power. 3 seconds. Give it all you've got. Yes. Long jumps. This one's going to bring that heart rate up. Challenges our stability and the ability of our muscles to stabilize quickly. Swing the arms from down, low to up high. Land soft. All right, here we go. Swing. You can see I get a little rock from heel to toe. This helps me jump farther. Swinging my arms. Yes. And try, listen, I don't land very loud. That's a nice soft knees. Side shuffle, rotating uppercuts. Into, shuffle it sideways, rotate and twist. If you don't have a lot of space to side shuffle, you can do a little squat jack and then rotate up, or a squat and a tap, pivot, rotate up. Make the workout fit your space. 30-second breather. Get a quick drink, feet moving. 1 more endurance round. We're over halfway. We have seal jacks, out and in with the feet or stepping. Then we have a squat, lateral step with a jump. So stepping wide while we're down in that squat. 3 times runners, so in a lunge, driving that knee in, and then switching on a walk down plank jack, seal jacks. So it's like we're clapping our hands in front of our chest. Soft knees, toes stay pointed straight ahead. No jumping is stepping out to the side. It's really easy here to collapse and let that chin fall forward. So try to control how far open you let those arms go, because as soon as they reach wide, chin's gonna go forward. 5 seconds, we go to that squat, lateral step, jump. Feet hip width, sit into a squat, step with one knee, over, jump out of that squat, or up into that calf raise. Again, whatever works for you. This dynamic jumping can be very challenging. Focus on feeling that support through the foot and the knees staying in line. 3 times runners. Light bend on the front knee We drive the back knee in 3 times and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Inherently, no or low impact. You simply just step back. Step forward to change. As we reach overhead, squeeze the shoulders down and back, and we're breathing. 5 seconds. Last exercise coming our way. Walk down, 2 plank jacks. Start off standing. Walk those hands out into a plank. Pop the feet out and in. Walk it in. Jump it up, reach it up, whatever you've got. Walk it out into plank. No impact. Tapping side to side. A great way to work towards that full plank with those dynamic movements. Long and tall through the crown of that head. Gentle pull in on the belly button for support. You hear me breathing, right? I'm huffing and puffing. It's hard. Try to calm it down. Close the eyes. Breathe deep into your belly. We have one more time through our endurance. One more power burst. It's the cool down and stretch time. All right? Show yourself what you've got. Make your workout count for you today. Seal jacks. Out and in. Clapping, because it's the last endurance round. Clap those hands for yourself and how far you've come, because we have less than 5 minutes of work to do. I believe it's actually 4. All right, 10 seconds. Pick up the pace, whether you're jumping or tapping. You make the movement count. Lateral step jump. Feet hip width, squat it down, step it over, jump it up, soft landing. Chest stays up tall. I don't want you dipping too low here, right? We want to try to make that chest parallel to those shins. And if you're ever unsure, you can feel free. Shoot me a video. I'll do a form assessment, let you know what you can do to move better. 3 seconds, 3 times runners. Halfway, guys. That's the most intense one. 1, 2, 3, pop to switch. Or step. You can feel it. The body's getting tired. My calves are burning. My thighs are burning. I'm breathing heavy. At this point, I'm thinking about my goals. Why did I start doing this? What's my goal? What's my purpose? 3 seconds. Walk down plank jacks. Here we go. Way less intense here. Walk it out. Punching the hands through the floor. Walk it back in. Up to those toes or jump it out. I'm trying to challenge myself. So I'm going to try that light jump, even though my legs feel tired. You can hear me breathing heavy. I'm sweating. 5 seconds. Yes. 1 minute, 20 seconds of exercise time. Hard work. Quick drink, and then moving those feet. Whether it's walking, jogging, breathing. We want to slow that breathing down where we can. Last power burst. Squat, rocket squats in 5. Give it all you've got for the finish. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Push that floor away. If you're jumping, push through that floor. Get as high as you can. Reach for your ceiling. Reach for your goals. If you're not jumping but want to try, now's the time to do it. Soft knees. 3 seconds. Yes. Rest and breathe. Jumping jacks. Jab cross. Final push. Here we go. Jumping jacks, stepping forward. Jab cross with those punches. If you're feeling tired, punch those feelings away. You're stronger than your emotions. You accept them and you say, today, I'm pushing. If you feel up to it, long jumps. Last, super high intensity, right? Feet hip width, Swing those arms down and back. Soft landing on the knees. Landing as quietly as possible with the feet hip width, with the knees hip width. 5 seconds. Power. Helps us live longer, protects us from catching ourselves from our falls. Squat side shuffles. Rotating uppercuts for the finish. Right? Punching up underneath a chin. Staying tall and long through the crown of that head. Leading with those feet, toes pointed straight ahead. You've got this. 3 seconds. Give it all you've got for the finish. And quick drink. We're breathing. We want to bring that heart rate down. If you don't have time for a stretch, no worries. Focus on catching the breath in through the nose. Feel the belly expand. All right, bringing that heart rate down. We're going to start with a calf stretch. Feet are hip width apart. You can face a wall 3 to 4 feet. Step 1 foot forward. Out, then that leg goes out to the side, 6 to 12 inches. Pivot the back foot, pushing the heel into the ground and leaning forward into that front leg, or pushing against that wall. Tall and long through the crown of that head, squeezing the glute, feeling a stretch through the back of the calf, down into the ankle, potentially into the heel and foot. Our calves have a propensity to get very tight. It's important to stretch them out with the whole foot supported. And we're gonna switch sides. I try to hold everything for 30 to 45 seconds. If you need longer, please feel free to pause and hold that stretch for a longer period of time. It's important that we hold it until we no longer feel that deep stretching sensation and that muscle calms down, and we only have a limited time in our stretching portion. Beautiful work. All right, we're gonna go down to the floor for the front of those hips. Feet are hip width apart. My back foot is flexed. I'm squeezing my bum, tucking my hip under, and then I'm reaching up overhead, and I can add a small lean to the side if I feel an increase in stretch. So I'm feeling this in the front of my hip, down into my thigh. You can put a pillow, blanket, or mat under that bottom knee, or you can even do this on a couch, all right, with the knees supported, other footsteps forward. That way there's less body weight driving down. Go ahead and switch sides. So less body weight driving down if we use a chair or a padded couch for that knee, instead of kneeling and putting all of our body weight into this bottom leg. But it's really important to tuck the hips towards those ribs, squeeze that bum. We get glute activation while we stretch our quadricep as well as our iliopsoas, muscles that have a propensity to get tight, and we can feel them talking to us in the front of those hips. Beautiful work. We're gonna lie down on our back, feet hip width apart, legs nice and straight. We go opposite hand to knee, and we're gonna kick like we're kicking a ball over the opposite shoulder. Our hips stay nice and flat. We feel that stretch through the outside back of that thigh, potentially down into the calf. Nice kick overhead. And hopefully our breathing is starting to calm down. Again, still focusing on that deep belly breathing, so feeling that belly expand. Once you feel that back of that leg kind of calming down, go ahead and switch sides. Whew. Feeling the work, so this is gonna feel like a burn in the front of the thigh, and a nice stretch to the back of that hamstring. Try to keep your foot nice and relaxed. It might wanna flex, where you might have been trained to flex it. Try to relax it. In our last exercise, we're gonna go to a cat-cow. So on the hands and knees, my feet are flexed. I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest, tuck my hips towards my ribs, getting a nice round, making my spine as long as possible from head to tail. And then I'm going to exhale. Let my belly fall towards the floor, roll the shoulders down and back, lift my head towards the ceiling. Tuck it under, inhale. Try to expand those ribs, pulling them apart as we lengthen. Exhale. Opposite direction, long arch through the back. What you might find is one side is easier than the other. This is totally normal, but a great way to get a nice stretch through that spine. And controlling that breathing, expanding those ribs, exhaling, relaxing into it. Beautiful work today. You made time for your health, your wellness, your goals. No matter what this workout looked like or felt like for you today, you met yourself where you are and you challenged your body to do something hard. It's not easy to do, and it's not easy to take time for yourself. So I am honored to be given the opportunity to help you through and be part of your journey. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, I am always listening, and I'm always trying to improve my workouts and my fitness to help you guys feel your best and reach your goals. Let me know how it felt, and I can't wait to work out with you again next time.